Hey everybody, it's your girl and my lovely guest,
Kiara.
And we are going to talk about some juicy stuff today. Welcome to the Investor's Journey podcast. It is a community and culture that represents individuals who are connected through the power of real estate. So you're going to learn a lot of best practices. We're going to primarily be talking about 3 subjects: acquisitions, renovations, and exit strategies. So you're going to learn about all those different things from industry professionals and celebrities who have one thing in common, and that is to build generational wealth through real estate. Welcome to the Investor's Journey podcast. Yay! All right, so I'm not going to hold you long. I definitely want you to meet my new friend. I wanted to make sure that I had a diverse group of people. A couple of our other guests were some of the people that I've known for a long time in Atlanta. And I met this young lady, Miss Kiara, at a networking event. And I just thought she was so lovely. Her and her handsome boyfriend who's here, he's gonna be joining us a little bit later. And they're both in real estate, so he's going to be talking to you a little bit about what he's doing. But I felt like it was so important because a lot of times we kind of see the same faces over and over and over, and my goal is to bring you fresh new information from people that you may not know, but you will get to know very soon. And without further ado, Miss Kiara.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
tell the people, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. My name is Kiara Joyce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a New York native, and this July makes 6 years in Atlanta.
6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you're from New York?
Yes.
All right. So how is that transition from New York to Atlanta?
I did live in Pennsylvania as well. It definitely is a difference between the North and the South. But I have family here as well, so traveling when I was younger, it was a big transition, but it wasn't, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I came here as a senior in high school, and then in my senior year, I was by myself. I'm a twin, so I was kind of by myself since she graduated early.
Okay.
So it was just that. And that was the big transition, by myself, and learn to navigate school by myself, the world by myself.
And what school were you going to?
New Manchester High School in Douglasville.
Okay, in Douglasville. So you came from New York in high school?
Yes.
Okay, and your twin lives?
We all live here as a family.
Okay, so you came here together as well. So that experience transitioning here pretty much just kind of helped you find your way. What I found is when you transition from somewhere else to Georgia, you got to figure it out real quick.
Yeah.
Did you experience that as well?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
With school and also with dance. I'm a dancer as well.
Okay.
So, time management and just navigating as a young student here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And in the industry of dance as well, training.
So tell us a little bit about dance.
I'm a Dancing Doll alumna.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I used to love that show, Dancing Dolls.
Yes, we competed, but the fun in it was the foundation of parades and, sisterhood. So it was good to have that as well, being new to the area, others I can connect with and have the same, we have similar hobbies.
Awesome. So do you feel, I know dancing and real estate is like a complete contrast, but do you find that some of those skills that you learn in dancing translate into what you do now?
It definitely did. You always have to pay attention to detail and, be open to constructive criticism. Like, don't be closed-minded, and be able to learn and connect with others.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big skill in real estate. Real estate is a team sport. So for all of you out there that want to learn how to get into this industry, you definitely need to learn how to manage your people skills. You need to learn how to really channel emotional intelligence, because there's so many people that are a part of the transaction, and you have to really be able to deal with all different types of personalities. You have to deal with all different types of learning styles, communication styles. So that's one of the things that I would strongly suggest, that you spend a lot of time not just learning the industry, but also personal development. That is a huge part of being successful in this industry. Tell them your business name again.
Taitt Enterprises LLC.
Okay, so tell us what Taitt Enterprise LLC is all about.
So my name is Kiara Taitt. I wanted to basically start a legacy as I'm building generational wealth, and my family name, that makes sense. And I thought Enterprises it just flowed. I started my business, I was incorporated in January of 2021.
Okay.
Graduating senior at Georgia State University, and I wanted to develop personal skills, like you were saying, while also, of course, in school, in my student career, I was doing that, but I wanted something hands-on to do instead of just in the classroom, just in the books. So I was able to find an opportunity in an internship with a property management company, and I founded my business while doing that and managing short-term rentals.
Nice. So I know you are a former short-term rental host. So what was your experience in that?
So with that internship, I found the importance of networking, like how we met. I found the importance of networking, and I got a lot of no's because I didn't know what Airbnb was or how to get started.
Okay.
So I found the importance of networking, and I utilized social media, Facebook, Clubhouse, and I found this mentor now to me, a friend, business partner, by the name of Alvin Cavalier.
Okay.
And he basically just showed me the ropes and the ins and outs of the short-term rental or shared economy. It wasn't easy. It still isn't easy, but of course, learning in an internship like your first time in the real estate industry, and also starting my own business wasn't easy, but it's a team effort, like you said. So in that, I had to learn how to the ins and outs of the industry, as well as building a team, because we've all worked remotely. So I'm here in Atlanta, and my team or people on site could be in Texas. So we all have to learn how to communicate and work together. Somebody's the eye, somebody's ears, and you also have to learn systems in that as well. Okay.
So are you still doing the short-term rental, or have you transitioned into your current endeavor?
Yes, I've transitioned in the summer of last year, 2022. I was urged to, or God put it in my spirit that, I was in the rental arbitrage side of short-term rentals, and I'm like, I want to own a property, like I want to start expanding my portfolio and just growing in general. So I started learning about tax sale auctions. And that is my current niche in the industry.
Nice. And so, and tell them how old you are, if you don't mind.
I'm 22.
22. Okay, so 22. Should I say it any louder? 22. The reason why that's so important for me to emphasize that, because of course real estate, you don't have to be a specific age or whatever, but for myself, I got into the industry really, really early as a first generation entrepreneur. It was not the culture or communities available like it is now. So that wasn't necessarily embraced, because it was different. My friends were still doing hanging out and drinking and smoking and doing all those things. Not to say that I had completely evolved at that point. However, I just really feel like had I known what I know now, that being 22, or when I got into the business 23, that time is really on your side. And when I say time is on your side, the sooner you start, the sooner you can finish. And I'm not saying completely retire and just stop doing real estate or stop being a business owner. I'm saying you get to live the life that you want. You get to do what you want. You get to buy what you want. You get to live a legacy lifestyle. Like Kiara had mentioned earlier, her whole vision was to create a legacy, but she gets to live a legacy lifestyle sooner than later, you know, by taking real estate serious at an early age and not allowing age to be a factor that counted her out, but something that definitely makes her stand out. It makes her unique. It makes her special. It makes her different. And so I wanted to make sure that I expressed that to her, you know, how proud I am of you. And I just want you to be encouraged to just keep going. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, you could be in a room with 50, 60-year-olds, you know, own your place. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, baby, you're so young. You know, you got time on your hands. Trust me, I've heard it all. It does not matter. You know, keep pressing the gas. Go full throttle. Just, you know, plow down anything and everything standing in your way. I feel like that's so imperative to just reiterate to young people how divine timing really pays off in the end, because I know when we got into the industry, it was a lot of us that transitioned to Atlanta. We didn't necessarily know that we're in the right place at the right time because we were the first. You know, we're like, oh, we're here, prices are low, you know, and I don't think we really understood the magnitude of the possibilities that we create. Thankfully, a lot of us are still in the business. You know, we had to learn some hard lessons. However, if we can lead by example and encourage young people, I really want to put myself in a position to do that. And I want to encourage you to, you know, to speak to your children about real estate. All of my children are in real estate. My grandchildren, they know about real estate as well. So tell them a little bit about the tax sale process and how that all works, and, you know, just how you came up with your first financing, you know, in order to get your first deal. You want to share that?
Yeah. So tax sale auctions are when a government entity has a forced sale of a property who's delinquent on their property taxes. Financing my first deal, I really saved up from, you know, my former part of the real estate industry, which was short-term rentals or Airbnb. My first deal was in Bartow, Florida. And it was an online tax sale. You definitely have to do your due diligence when investing because tax sales are beware. That is laying eyes on the property, if you can't, somebody on the ground or boots on ground, searching county records, lien, title searches, all that, just to, you know, make sure you're in the right when you're bidding on these properties.
Right. So the tax lien process, so depending on the state, basically controls the redemption period and whether or not you get to take possession of the property right away, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. It varies by state. It varies by county and it varies by state. Florida is a tax deed state.
Okay. So tax deed state is?
As soon as you bid, pay your money, in a certain amount of days, you get the deed and you immediately own the property.
Right. And there's probably like 6 or 7 other states that are like that. Ohio, Kansas, Detroit, Arkansas?
I keep my map on me. I don't know all the states, but some states are hybrid, meaning they do both.
Okay. And I do have a link too, so I'll link it in the description of the video, and you guys can, just kind of do your own diligence and read more about it. But that is what Kiara is doing, and that's a great creative way to acquire real estate without putting a whole bunch of money down, without getting a 30-year mortgage. I hear a lot about people not wanting to own property because of the responsibility, because they feel like they don't want to be tied down to a 30-year mortgage or 15-year mortgage or what have you. But tax liens is an alternative way for you to acquire property. Remember, we talk about acquisitions, renovations, exit strategies. This is a way for you to acquire property at an affordable price. In various states, it doesn't have to be in your home state, but you do need to know those legal rules and guidelines. Like Kiara was saying, it's buyer beware. So do your own due diligence and make sure that you understand, the processes and procedures in each state, county, so that, you don't get stuck with something, or you don't incur a lot of unnecessary liens, and then it'll cost you way more money in the end, right?
Exactly.
So how important has it been for you to pursue this industry? Like, do you feel like I'm all in, like this is it? Or
I'm definitely all in. Yeah. I'm definitely all in. Just going back to starting my business, I wanted to invest in myself and take control of my time, because I was working. There's nothing wrong with 9 to 5s, but I felt like that was it for me.
Yeah.
So I just definitely wanted to take control of my time and invest in myself.
Perfect. So another thing is retiring yourself at 22 is possible. You don't have to go with traditional route and wait until you're 65. Or sometimes when people don't properly prepare for retirement at 22, at 32, they end up working even after 65. Those are the people that you see in Walmart with those blue vests.
I worked at Walmart.
Nothing wrong with Walmart. I worked at Kmart. I don't know if you got, I don't think they have Kmart here.
No, they don't.
But I worked at Kmart, I worked at Target. I've done, all the things. Yeah, I've spent my hard-earned time in exchange for dollars.
Exactly.
But there is so many more things that you can do in order to free yourself from the rat race, in order to accelerate your wealth building process, in order for you to acquire multiple parcels of, because you buy land in houses, right?
Yes.
On the tax sale.
Yes.
Okay. So do you prefer land or houses, or a mixture?
I started with land. I'm still going that route because I started flipping land for more. So I bought low and sold high. But I am getting into houses. But out of state, I want to vet others as far as general contractors and make sure I'm working with the right people to start rehabbing.
Okay. I mean, what else could we say? What else could we say? I mean, she's pretty much giving you what it looks like to not put yourself in a box and count yourself out, because sometimes we even do that. I don't come from an affluent background. Oh, I didn't go to college. Oh, I had children as a teenager. I've done all the things. I dropped out of school at 16. I had 2 kids by 19. I've been homeless before, but never, ever, ever allow your situation or your circumstances to count you out of your future, because all that is in the past. It doesn't matter how you start, focus on how you finish. And with that being said, we're gonna have our next guest join us. I just want him, I want you guys to see a young couple in real estate, and then also allow Armani to just kind of share some of the things that he's been able to accomplish and do in real estate as well. So, sir, you want to join us? We'll scoot over. You can join us here. this is Armani. What's your last name, Jim?
Dumas.
Dumas. I met both of them together at a real estate event when one of my dear friends, Mr. Glenn Glasper, was speaking one night. And so I really want Armani to just kind of tell you what his journey as a real estate investor has been, so that you can hear from his perspective as a young man in this industry making things happen.
So my name is Armani and I'm actually a wholesaler.
Mm-hmm.
So what wholesaling is, well, what it's typically known as is finding a seller and then you find a buyer for your seller and you're the middleman. But what I've come to realize is it's actually finding solutions, because there's a problem for every deal to be solved.
Mm-hmm. And so those solutions can range from,
I'll give you an example right now. So I thought this was gonna be a simple deal. I have a condo for sale and I found a buyer. But now my problem is we have a tenant that has bad credit, has bad rental history, and now we're looking for somewhere to go because my buyer doesn't want to close on the property until she's gone. But it's hard to find her another place with a landlord that will accept her with all her red flags pretty much.
Yeah, red flags. She has a lot of cons going against her, but so what are some of the types of properties that you're wholesaling, and what are some of the cities that you focus on?
So me personally, I like to do smaller cities outside of the big cities that everybody knows. Just say everybody thinks of Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Miami, Orlando. I want to go to the small cities, like right outside of those, like the close suburbs pretty much. I started out focusing on single family homes, and everybody told me, stay away from land, but I actually found that I really love land, and I just feel something deep within myself, and it might honestly just be God telling me just do the land. So that's just what I'm gonna do personally. But I've also sold a multifamily, 14 unit building. Since we've talked.
Let's go. That's what listen, get with Kiara, Armani. It's not a game, okay? So age ain't nothing but a number. Aaliyah said it best, okay? So let that sit with you. So I just want to reiterate to Armani what I told Kiara, is that sometimes the masses, because that's what they want to do, they want to put you in their box. But never, ever, ever. I've always been different. I've always been what I could consider the white sheep of the family, white sheep of my friends. I've always been doing different stuff. Even living in Atlanta, people thought I was crazy for moving here because I just bought my first property and I winded up selling it. But I was just led intuitively, very divinely, by God, to just trust myself, trust my heart. And I came here and became very successful with no family, no friends initially, because I hadn't even been to Atlanta before when I moved here. So I just want you all to, definitely, Armani, trust your gut, trust your soul. And if that's where, God says go, you run. Don't even walk. You just run through all the naysayers and allow them to see what you're doing. They'll hear it first, but when you show them, they have nothing, they won't be able to do anything but show you the respect that you deserve. Did you want to share anything else before we close out?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say it's really simple, but it's not easy at all. That also, I always believe in the God within yourself. Trust what you say. You say you're gonna do it, so believe that you're gonna do it. Don't just say it, actually believe those words. And when it gets hard, those are just learning lessons. That's all it is. Your losses are your lessons, and your lessons are your blessings. So just keep going, keep grinding, and keep believing in yourself.
Miss Kiara?
Always stay true to yourself. Don't let the outside noise, get in your mind. You can do it.
You can do it. You heard it from Kiara, Armani, and myself. Believe in you. No matter what other people say, trust yourself. It's not gonna be easy, but as long as you can believe it, you can achieve it. And I'm a firm believer of that myself, because manifestation is real. A lot of people really think it's just kind of like, you know, a trend, but it's been around for a long time. If you can call those things that are not as though they are, you can literally watch them appear. And so just start practicing writing things down that you want to do, you know, speaking things out of your mouth, you know, recording yourself, saying your affirmations over and over again. And I hope this episode was encouraging to you. I hope you learned something. I hope you were inspired by these young people that are really like taking the industry by storm. They're not waiting for anybody to create a table for them. They are preparing for the feast and for the legacy and for the future. I am your girl, Miss Nia Imani, the host of The Investor's Journey. And until next time, be well, be blessed, and we'll see you again soon.